A 29-year-old Crystal man has turned himself in after what police say was an accidental fatal shooting during a Halloween hangout on Saturday. Angel Benito Villalba is charged with second-degree manslaughter. Crystal police say shortly after 9 p.m. on Saturday, they were called to a residence in the 5500 block of Yates Avenue North. Officers located a 26-year-old St. Paul man suffering from a gunshot wound to the back. After several life-saving attempts, the victim died at the scene from his injuries. Police say there were 4 other adults in the house at the time officers responded. Police say so far, all the interviews and details indicate the gunshot was an accident.
You know, we've seen an increase in permits to purchase here at the police department, so that would lead me to believe that there are more guns around, and it is just a great reminder that you can't be overly cautious and overly safe when you're handling firearms. You hate to be the victim, or in this case, the person who was holding the handgun in an incident that turns out tragically like this.
Police say the suspect turned himself into Bloomington police before Crystal took possession of him. Reporting in Crystal, Pafua Yang, CCX News.
In every neighborhood around the state, election season is almost over.
It is possible.
But for Hamline political science professor David Schultz, nearly every season is election season.
I actually spend a lot of time looking at the numbers. You know, that what I'll try to look at is who's won a district in the past. Try to make some anticipations there.
Determining how people are going to vote, however, isn't an exact science. Looking at historical data is one thing, but now you have political parties endorsing candidates for offices traditionally considered to be nonpartisan, such as city council or school board seats.
What's happened is we've become so polarized. People have come to think of the world in terms of Democrat and Republican, that we're now even seeing organizations that don't normally think about getting involved, feeling like they basically have to have an imprint. And part of it is because they want to influence public policy.
Schultz says we are now in an era where many voters go straight down the line on their ballots. If they support the president, for example, they'll vote for every candidate in the same political party.
We used to have a more frequent era where people would split ticket vote. And so part of the strategy here now also by organizations, party organizations endorsing further down is they're hoping to what? Hoping to motivate people to show up to vote, hoping to basically get people to make these choices for candidates, even in positions they might not normally vote on.
There's a lot at stake in this election, particularly when it comes to the Minnesota legislature. Currently, the Republicans control the Minnesota Senate by 3 seats, but the DFL hopes to flip that.
I think at the end of the day, the Democrats probably have to win probably about 4 seats in the Senate, anticipating that they might lose at least 1 or 2 of their own. So it's a very, very tough one, not impossible. We saw 2 years ago the Democratic wave go through the suburbs and put the Democrats back in control of the House. It is possible with the Senate.
The outcome of the state legislative races could also have a lasting impact for years to come. Next year, the legislature has to redraw congressional lines. And Schultz predicts that Minnesota will lose a seat in Congress due to population shifts. And the legislature would have to determine which of Minnesota's 8 members of Congress doesn't get to come back.
That is going to be an intense political battle. And if it's all Democrats, well, at that point, you know who's going to lose. It's going to be a Republican who's going to lose a seat, versus if it's deadlocked, either the courts are going to do it or it's going to be a compromise.
Anybody can find something that they'd want here.
Arizona is roughly 1,600 miles away from the Twin Cities.
Tortillas.
But you don't have to travel to the American Southwest
And the carne asada tacos are so good.
to get a taste of it.
The Arizona style for me and for us, I think, is our grandmother's food. In Arizona, you get a lot of influence from Sonora, Mexico.
Marcos and Sheila Ayala are Arizona transplants who opened Arizona Taco Company in New Hope 2 years ago. And to get that specific taste they remember from home,
We salt and pepper everything here because God didn't season food.
they convinced Chef Ernie Mejia to relocate from the Southwest to make it happen.
Here we try to give you what your grandma used to give you, what your mom used to give you, something warm, something hot, something big. Something that when you go home, you can lay down and go to sleep right on the couch.
The menu consists of traditional favorites like tacos, burritos, carne asada fries, and pretty much everything you've come to expect from an authentic Mexican restaurant.
We're in here probably multiple times a week, and the food is amazing. So we rave about it to everyone and everyone that we know.
The staff makes the food fresh every day.
Nothing here has been sitting for more than 8 hours.
And all of their tortillas, both of the corn and flour variety, are also made in-house.
Everybody here knows something about food, and they're going to give you the best quality they can every time.
Yet in this era of COVID-19, even an Arizona taco shop isn't immune to the challenges facing the restaurant industry.
I would say we probably have about a 40% change in customers, but we still are. We still get catering orders. We still get people coming out that like the food, and so we're doing okay right now.
All right, is that it?
It certainly helps that they serve food that works well for takeout.
Everything here that you guys get is going to be top of the line and fresh every day.
And the hope is that Chef Mejia's authentic recipes, mixed in with their customer service,
Everything here comes with a lime and a smile, baby, and a little bit of salsa.
will keep people coming back for that taste of the Southwest in the Northwest Metro.
When you guys come down, you'll be treated like family.
In New Hope, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.